Hello, 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 everyone. I am live and I actually am I came on live like 2 minutes early because I'm actually experimenting with something totally new. And I am using I'm basically using a new technology called Restream. And that will allow me to stream simultaneously to Facebook and to my YouTube channel. And so, since I've never done it before, I don't know if it's actually working. So, when you pop on, would you please just jump into the comments and say hello to me so that I know that it seems to be working? I'm going to check my phone because I know that I can totally check my phone really quickly to see if it's all working on Facebook, where I usually go live, and I just go live on Facebook. But I'm going to go live on both Facebook and on Restream, and you guys should all be getting a notification very, very soon that I'm live for my weekly Wednesday chat. So I wanted to say hello. Oh, good. So I can see that I am live. That's excellent. And let me just make sure that it's actually in the right place. So please bear with me. I haven't done this before, so I love learning new things. And this is the first time that I am trying to actually go live on in two places at the same time. And so I want to know whether or not I am actually doing it like on my personal profile or whether or not I'm doing it actually on my Facebook business page, which is where I'm supposed to be. And we'll have to see if it actually worked. So let's see. So Deborah seems to be here. And hi, Mary Olson. It's great to see you. And so Deborah and Monica, will you guys tell me if you are actually watching from my Facebook business page like you normally do on Wednesdays? And then I'll just get started because I don't want to waste anybody's time. It's noon. And so you guys know that at noon, Pacific Standard Time, because I live in California, I go live every single Wednesday to talk to you about art, creativity, and service design. And I am super excited to be here because I'm trying a new thing this week where I am going live simultaneously on both Facebook and on both Facebook and on my YouTube channel. And so I think that Mary Olson is watching me from my YouTube channel because I can see that actually in the comments. And I'm not sure that I can see comments from Facebook at the same time, but hopefully I can. So you guys can totally, I have Facebook open. And so let's see, I'm seeing that that Monica Wan is saying not on Facebook. So Monica, are you watching from YouTube? Let's see. Okay, excellent. So listen, I'm just going to get started and then I will figure out whether or not it got broadcast to the right place or not after I finish recording. And because I have a feeling that what it may be, so you were cutting out periodically. So that may be a little bit of a bad internet connection today, either on my end or on your end, Deborah. I'm not sure. And hello, Tanya. I see you. I see you. I see you. So what's interesting is right now I can only see comments from my YouTube channel. For some reason, I'm not seeing the comments coming up on my screen here from Facebook, but I totally see you guys on my phone. And awesome. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about an interview that I'm doing tomorrow. And so I'm going to be doing an interview tomorrow morning, super early California time. So at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, which is Thursday, depending on if you're watching the replay or if you're going to be watching this later on today, Thursday, I'm going to be live with my friend Maria Alzanier. And Maria is one of my dear, dear friends. She came into my #Anne's Universe several years ago. She's a beautiful watercolor artist and she does beautiful watercolor work. And so she is in the process right now of doing a live and free workshop. And she's opened enrollment to her 6-week course. And her 6-week course is called Color Flow. And the reason that she's calling it color flow is because she wants you to get really nice and loose. She wants you to embrace how watercolor works. She wants you to use a really big brush and to let the water flow, right? Let the color flow through the water and the amount of water that she uses in her watercolor work. And so it's actually super, super fun to both be taking what she's teaching right now in her workshop, which you can absolutely sign up for, and I'll need to figure out how to add my link to the broadcast afterwards, because the screen that I am looking through is different from what from where I'm normally recording. But it's all good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see whether or not I can actually go to share my screen, because I share my screen a lot I share my screen a lot when I am on using a technology called Ecamm Live. And so I'm very, very curious as to whether or not I can actually share my screen here. So I'm going to see, and it says start screen sharing, and I'm going to click here. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to click here and I'm going to share. And let's see, please update system preferences. It's telling me that I can't do it. Let's see if I can try it again. All right. And I'm wondering if I actually do this. I was going to show you the update that I've done to my website, and because it's actually really, really fun. And I was going to try to do that as well, but it looks like I actually can't do that when I'm coming through Restream. So it's all new, and I am always ready to learn something new, and I don't necessarily always get it right the first time through. And so one of the things that I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to watch some video tutorials to make sure that I understand exactly how to go live with Restream, and also to make sure that I continue to use Ecamm Live, because I've been using Ecamm Live in the past, which I'm much more familiar with. But let me talk to you a little bit more about Maria's workshop so that you can go explore it. And Maria is a beautiful watercolor artist. She's actually in Sweden. I'm in California and she's in Sweden, and we met essentially through surface pattern design. And if you've never heard of what surface pattern design is, or you don't know what surface design is, it essentially is putting any of your designs, anything that you create, any artwork that you create, on the surface of a product. And it's amazing because once you know what it is, even if you've never heard of it before, once you know and you hear those words, you start to see patterns and illustrations and spot graphics and basically designs on products all around you. All around you. And so Maria came into my world because she's a watercolor artist, and sometimes it can be a little challenging to put your watercolor work, your artwork, on products when you've created it in watercolor. And so my signature program that's called the Pattern Design Academy, I teach you how to handle watercolor and still how to create digital artwork with and files, digital sort of vector files with your watercolor work, so that you can then send it off to companies to get put on various products like this, right? So this is a beautiful repeating pattern, right? It's basically a pattern that just goes on and on and on, right? It never stops. And sort of everything that you can tell, it kind of repeats endlessly from top to bottom and left to right. So that's what a repeating pattern is actually, technically what it is. And I teach you how to do it. Hello, Janelle Vincent. You're here from my YouTube channel. How cool. So Janelle, I was just explaining that I am using a new interface called Restream, and I'm seeing everybody's comments coming through on from my YouTube channel. And I'm seeing everybody else's comments who are watching me on Facebook come through my phone. And so anyway, it's always fun to learn something new. So Marie Sabina, it's lovely to see you here too. I see that you're here on from my phone. And I am talking about Maria's watercolor workshop because I know she gave her last workshop earlier today, and that the replays are definitely still available. And I'm going to be live with her tomorrow morning. And so mark your calendar. Tomorrow's Thursday at 8 a.m. in California. I'm going to be live over on Maria's channel. And Maria Sabina, if you want to put the link to Maria's channel in the comments, you absolutely can. That would be awesome. I actually don't know how to do that, but maybe, let's see. So maybe I can, let me see if I can get really creative here. Hold on one second. Since I'm using new technology, I'm going to give something a try, and I bet this will work. So I'm going to give you the link to the workshop, and also specifically the link to Maria's color flow course, so you can read more about it. And because I believe that she has it open for registration for the next couple of days. So let me come back here and see if I can drop this in here. So then here is my affiliate link for Maria's color flow watercolor course. And now let me see if you guys can actually see that. Yes, so Janelle, I know you signed up already. I'm super excited to see you in the class. So tell me, Janelle, if you are seeing what I just posted. And then I'd love to know, and I guess I could probably see this myself, as to whether or not, yes, so Marie Sabina, I just posted my affiliate link in the chat for that I'm on through Restream. I don't know if you can actually see it or not. And so you could totally post it in the Facebook group, right? And wherever I'm live on Facebook, that would be awesome. And because I don't see it popping up in the comments on my phone, I do see it popping up here on Restream, which means it's probably just going to show up on my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the class, and then you can come meet Maria. Obviously, I'm going to be her guest on her channel tomorrow. And so Maria Sabina, the other thing, not on Facebook chat. Let's see. So Marie Sabina is Maria's right-hand woman, and she is like my Pauline Riley. And for those of you who know me, you know that Pauline Riley is my right-hand woman, and she helps me make sure that I'm broadcasting in the right place. And I think that she actually is busy tonight because certain Wednesdays she actually has Rotary, because she lives in Wales in the UK, and she is the president of her Rotary Club. And so I'm super excited. And so I haven't heard back from her, so I'm assuming that she is busy tonight. And she lives in the UK. Okay, wonderful. So Marie Sabina posted Maz Art Sweden, which is Maria's Facebook page and her Facebook channel, which is excellent. And then you can also sign up for her color flow class through my affiliate link, which is posted here on YouTube. And then later on, I will either post it, or maybe Marie Sabina will post it on Facebook for you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about her class, and then I will let you go. So the class is 6 weeks long, and it is really an incredibly beautiful program. Let me tell you more about it, since I was going to share my screen so that I could actually show you all about it. But you can click on my affiliate link, and then it'll talk to you about how she's going to teach you new techniques and tips and tricks. And the course promises that you're going to leave the program more confident and self-assured with your watercolor work. And the course is great for whether you're a total beginner, or you're a happy hobby painter, or you're actually an artist and you just need a little bit of a kickstart to jump back into your art practice. And she gets started with the materials that you need to use. And she doesn't want you to buy a whole bunch of new materials. She definitely has recommendations around what you can use that you already probably own. I think the biggest thing that she recommends is that you use a very good paintbrush, because the better your paintbrush, actually, the better quality artwork you can create. It makes a very, very big difference. And this was actually one of the mistakes I made early on when I was experimenting with watercolor, which is that I used really, really inexpensive brushes. And sometimes inexpensive brushes, the hairs will fall out. The synthetic kind of hairs will fall out. And then you have to figure out how to get them out of your watercolor before it dries. And anyway, it's worth investing in a good brush. And so she'll tell you more about that. Then she also talks a little bit about how you can do different techniques. And meaning she will show you how to do wet on wet painting, where you wet your paper first and then you add the color into the wet area. That's called wet on wet. She also does this really beautiful demonstration in one of the modules about what's called negative painting. And the way that she thinks about negative painting is that you start by painting with the very, very lightest color. And this is one of the things that I really had to get my brain around, is that when you're working in watercolor, you want to start light, very, very, very light colors first, and then go deeper and deeper and deeper with more and more pigment. And the reason for that is because you're going to create these layers so that there's this amazing depth that gets started and gets created in that gets created in your work. And so you can think of it a little bit of you're using some of the kind of the white paper space, as for example, your daisies. So if you want to do white daisies, you don't actually paint the daisies, you paint around the outline of a daisy so that the white paper that you're using is the actual daisy itself, because you want it to be white. And you might add a little bit of gray tones or something to create a little bit of interest around the edges. But anyway, that's the whole concept behind negative painting, which I think is really, really brilliant. And so she dives into that. She also does some very fun experimental painting where she challenges you to use materials from your garden, like a twig. It's super fun. And then she also talks about how to frame your watercolors. So she wants to make sure that you can maintain the watercolor beauty, that you don't, that you make sure that your final paintings are not going to be in the sunlight. You need to make sure that you're going to be putting some glass over them. And she covers all of the different ways that you can ensure that you're enjoying the beauty of what you created. So that's what's super, super fun. And there basically are 5 projects, right? There are 5 projects, and then there's 1 implementation week. So that's why it's 6 weeks long, which is awesome. And one of the things that is so impressive about it, let me know in the comments if you've got any questions at all. But one of the things that is so impressive about it is that one of the things that's so impressive about Maria is she's teaching this course in 2 languages, right? So Maria's Swedish, and she speaks absolutely perfect English, but she's essentially selling her color flow program all over the world. And when you go to her website, mazart.se, SE stands for Sweden, you can see that she's got part of her website's in English and part of her website is in Swedish. And so it's amazing that she's doing this really in 2 different languages. So she also teaches in both languages because she's got lots of students who know her personally in Sweden, or who have met her or know of her because she's a watercolor artist in Sweden. And then of course she has people like me who only speak English, and so she's able to teach the program essentially for all of us, which is really impressive. I mean, I teach a program called the Pattern Design Academy, but I only teach it in English. I don't try to teach it in another language. So it's amazing. It's just really, really brilliant. So thank you, Maria Sabina. I see that you put the sign up in the chat for Facebook, which is excellent. And tell me, Marie, enrollment is still open, and isn't enrollment open until like next Tuesday? Is it next Tuesday? Or I'll wait for you to answer me. I think that it is open until next Tuesday, I believe. And so you can confirm that for us also in the chat. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I think it's going to be a really, really nice sized class. It's not going to be too overwhelming. We're all going to get amazing personal attention from Maria, and I cannot wait to get started. So let me know if you have any questions, either if you're watching from my YouTube channel or if you are watching on Facebook. And if you don't have any questions, I'll let you go. I have to say, I'm kind of proud of myself for going live using Restream, because I've never done it before. It's a little different. It's a little weird that I can only see comments from YouTube on my screen, and then I have to have my phone open to see the comments from Facebook. But that may very well be because I haven't done all of my settings correctly. I like the fact that there's my cute little name that I can put in the corner of the screen. I think that means when I bring people on live, I'll be able to do the same thing so that my name and their name are actually on screen with us. And I know I still have a lot to learn. But you know that my motto is it's never too late to create. And that is true of learning, right? We're lifelong learners. There's always something new to try. And this new technology seems like it's going to be really, really fun. So I am going to say goodbye for now. And you guys know I am live every single Wednesday. Hello, Suzanne Sassy. Hi, Suzanne Sassy. It's great to see you. So Suzanne Sassy, if you are watching, then I must be broadcasting on my private Facebook profile page instead of on my business page. So anyways, I'm using this new technology for the first time. Super fun to learn how to do something new. And I'll get it all figured out next week so that I'm actually in the right place on Facebook. For all of the people who normally watch me on Wednesdays at noon Pacific Standard Time to talk about art, creativity, and surface pattern design. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the replay. If you missed me live, mark your calendar. I'm live every single Wednesday, both on my YouTube channel and here on my Facebook business page, Anne Follett Art, on Wednesdays, noon Pacific Time. And I always like to say in closing that I am Anne Follett, and it's never too late to create. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week.